Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to RP-1. In the last episode, we got a... wow, I actually forgot what we launched. We finished some sort of contract. Oh yeah, it was the bonus, or optional contract of the Earth imaging satellite. Yes. Returning some film for some science, so now we have some beautiful science queued up. The next is the moon. We're going to orbit the moon. We also, I think, have completed our gravimetric satellite. We were supposed to check that in September of 60. So I should be able to just go check the vessel and it should be good to go. Now, this is a little annoying. It's something worth considering when you're designing these contracts. That, where's my notepad button? So we're gonna have a little bit of a problem here with solar panel orientation, and that's because with with these contracts, you launch it, and then Kerbalism kind of decides the average solar exposure that it's getting. Which one is it that we're looking at? The grasshopper, yeah, B. And so essentially, the grasshopper B has a good solar, whatever, but the problem is it's only gotten, can I click on a button here to like open the experiment? Automation, log file, configuration. Anyway, I think you guys get what I'm saying. Basically, it's already determined, like, it's pointing at the sun, but now when I go to load the craft, it will update the solar, and it could be much worse. Especially if you have something like a spin-stabilized probe that you launched towards the east to point at the sun, and then you load that craft 6 months later to complete a contract. Well, now you're going to find that the craft is pointing away from the sun, not towards the sun, right? And so you just want to be aware of that. That's all I'm getting at. This one I think is fine because it's got solar panels on the side. And doesn't this just have control to repoint itself towards the sun? I can't remember. Because this is the orbital perturbation, and we still got a lot of science to get from that. Like a lot of science. And it's also worth noting, I should launch one of these into high orbit, right? Because it's got both situations. So let me put that into our grand plan for next year. I think we can make that work next year. I'm also going to want to do these television contracts, so I'll put it at the end as design and launch high space perturbation Earth high space perturbation science probe. So that is something else we'd like to get done in 61 if we can. Okay, so let's go ahead and load in this craft. That should get us the contract complete. And yes, it does. We get 50 good old science units. And hopefully... yeah, this one actually is spin stabilized. So if we loaded this at the wrong time of the year, we could be screwed. Like if the sun was back there. Where's what I'm looking for though? Ah, average solar panel. So it looks like it's going up to 30 when it's a good number. So I'm gonna try to click on Space Center when it's at 30.5. Okay, so I think that's still a good enough average panel output, but yeah, that's just something to be careful of. Something to be careful of. Now, we could also do some cleanup of probes. No, stay. I don't want to do that. Right click. We'll probably clean up probes at some point. For now, I'm fine. The Ladybug 3, what is that? That was the one... what is this? I think this is just debris that we left in space. Yes, that is true. All right. In fact, I can't even delete it. Yeah, we'll have to just delete it from the tracking station. Ladybug 3 probe, terminate. Yes. And I think this is the same thing. Because this was the moon impactor mission, so this has got to be trash too, right? No, this was the failed moon mission. Right. That's, I forgot about that. Does this have any science experiments worth doing for high space? I don't think it does. Let me just make sure we have mass spectrometry from high space. Yeah, we do. And video imaging from, I don't know if it even can do space high. It can, and we've done it. Okay, so this thing is not doing anything for me anymore. Though, it does have a relay antenna with a fairly powerful UHF. So this could, I mean, I'm not at this stage where I feel like I need to start culling useful probes yet. This definitely still has a use. Why is this not working? Sundown, execute. We have power. We have nitrous oxide. Are they turned off? No. What am I missing? Avionics? Oh, it's permanently disabled. Right. Okay. Well, that sucks. We're gonna have to load this again in half a year if we wanted it to be useful. The act of flying it has now killed it. Because now the panels aren't pointing in the right direction. Right. That's fine. I'll just kill it. The only thing it could do at this point for me is just, if it happens to be in a good spot, it could provide a command connection. But we'll just terminate Cobalt 1. Alright, and I'll probably terminate most of the grasshoppers at some point, but for now we'll leave them. And let's go ahead and... Oh, by the way, I got the new transfer window planer too. There's a version linked in the testing area of the RP-1 Discord, so I'm excited to try that out. It's supposed to be a lot better. So we'll get to that when we start doing like missions to Mars and whatnot, which I'm very excited about. But for now, we shall just fast forward to when the launch complex is done, I think. I mean, that feels weird. Is there not a mission I should be doing? They want me to do more Earth imaging satellites. How much longer do I still have? I still have 70 days on the Earth imaging satellite. Yeah, maybe we do another one. Or on the launch complex. I just said the totally wrong thing. Maybe we do another one. That's a lot of money. Remember, if we fast forward 10 years, we get about 500 funds per reputation. And that's if you're not maxed in reputation, of course. If you're maxed out, then yeah, it's not doing anything for you. But we're not maxed out. So right now, this is money in the bank. And confidence in the bank. So why don't I go ahead and launch another, because this certainly isn't going to cost me 50 grand. We will launch another Grasshopper B. So this is Grasshopper B6. And Wait, is that the... No, I'm sorry. This is the wrong thing. Don't save. Ladybug 3, sorry. So Ladybug 4. I should have called this Ladybug B. This is very different than the previous Ladybug series. So Ladybug 4. Now only gonna take 68 days. It took 70 days last time. I should just be able to hit launch and we're good to go. And the total cost is about 23 grand. It's not cheap. These film cameras and solar panels, it is not cheap. But it'll pay for itself in just like a year or two. Okay. All right. So we're at least doing something with our time. And then we'll go ahead and warp another 67 days. I mean, I guess we'll just warp to that, right? I don't know. It's scary to warp for 2 months, but I don't know what else we should be doing. Yeah, let's just go for it. Okay. Warp to that, roll it out. And the Heavy Satellites Launch Complex is going to be done just in time. And here we are, 1st of January. Wow, what are the odds we finished on the 1st of January with something? That's fun. I'm just curious now, how much efficiency did we gain? Like, if I wanted to build another Ladybug 366 day, okay. So, yeah. Our engineers are still getting more practiced at their art. Anyway, let's go ahead and... We gotta finish the rollout before the engineers are free. And now I should be able to start integration of Cobalt 3. Cobalt 3. Hold time. Why can I not select heavy satellites? There it is. At max. Max engineers, it claims 80 days. And the cost is going to be 26 grand in salary, 6 grand in launch cost, so 32 grand total, not counting any of the unlock cost. Okay. Should I simulate this again? I don't think so. We know what we're doing. I'll quick save in case we make any silly mistakes. But we already did this mission once. We know it works. So tooling, oh my god, tooling is 96 grand. What is costing me so much tooling? How does that add to 96 grand? Because that's 18 plus 5 is 23 plus 13. Oh, it's that one. Oh my god. That ISO grid tank costing me 40 grand to tool. This one right here. Okay, I'm gonna investigate something. I was thinking about this the other day. It's possible that I might actually get away with a conventional structure tank once in a while. So if I were to like basically build the same thing but replace the tank with a conventional structure. What is it? 3 by 7 meters? And we were to do all the same things on the bottom. And then it's probably time for a bigger launch rail, by the way. I think we're ready for size 3 launch rails. Anyway, if I were to do this and then fill the LR87s, what's the actual difference in Delta V, 2327 over 85 seconds. So if we, oh, sorry, we gotta upgrade this to the aluminum stringer tank. Okay. What did I do wrong? $23.27. It's just the staging's wrong? Oh, I need to fill the tank. Dummy. Alright, so it's not that different, right? 23.27 over 85 seconds. 22.34 over 82 seconds, because the utilization is a little bit lower. So if I just went, you know, a little bit longer, 23.32, to get the same amount of delta V, it weighs 80, well, that's not quite the correct weight. This is the correct weight. 85.68 tons. This weighs 82.7 tons. Like, it's a couple tons more, but look at the tooling cost difference. Because remember, this one has a 38 grand cost attached. Oh, that has a 25 grand cost attached. Never mind. That's not that different. Well, that's 13 grand different. I guess I'm underselling a 13 grand difference, aren't I? But then I have 3 meter kind of dialed in for tooling on isogrid tanks. I don't know what to do. Part of me that says we should just... I also just realized we had pedal hinge turned on. That helps to have that turned off. Let's just stick with the original. Whatever, it's just money. We have infinite money, right? Alright, don't save. I don't want to accidentally have screwed something up here. And then we're just gonna tool it. Whatever. We're just going with it. And then go ahead and hit the launch button. Unlock the parts. Unlock the avionics. Early interplanetary avionics. And there we go. It's now officially on the build list. We are going to orbit the moon, baby. Now, one thing I want to double check, because I just feel like I keep screwing things like this up. Did we get the communication right on this thing? We have a communotron that has a UHF band 30 dBm at tech level 2. And we did confirm, because the moon's distance at max is like 400 million meters. Or let's even go like 450. Because the reason I say 450 is because sometimes at weird angles that just adds more noise. So I'm simulating the noise of the atmosphere by just adding a bit more distance. I know it's not quite exact, but it's at least, you know, a little bit of a ballpark. Okay, yeah, and we still get 246 bits on these other stations, the 50 dBm stations. No connection to the other, but that way we have 3 stations we can connect to. Or I guess 4. There's the 3 50 dBm ones, and then there's the Ev Pretoria, the NIP 16 tracking station. Okay, that works. I think we're gonna be okay. Somehow. I hope. Alright, the Ladybug 4. We might as well launch at sunrise. And... well, let's see. I'm launching into an inclined orbit, right? So if I launch... does the time of day matter? Yes. It does. Because it's only like a 10-day cycle, so we get more sun if we do launch around sunrise in a polar orbit. Because then the sun is over there, and we can face the sun the whole time. So yeah, sunrise is a good time. Let's see if we can remember how to fly the Ladybug. The answer is with ascent guidance. And early shutoff is 4, last stage is 4. No coasting. I mean, I think this is all fine. I'm gonna go ahead and quick save. And engage autopilot. And is the staging wrong? The staging is wrong right there. That's the one thing that... we had wrong before. Let me make sure that doesn't screw up my staging here. Nope, it all looks good. All right, launch in 3, 2, 1, ignition. And we have liftoff. Beautiful. They're so loud. All right. I think we are pretty good to go, assuming we don't have any engine failure on the RDO-105. Uh-oh, what was that? Uh-oh. Oh, I'm at the wrong inclination, sorry. Yeah. What does our inclination need to be again? That's weird though, those didn't fail last time. I wonder if the booster pitch rate is also higher than it's supposed to be. Inclination is 71. Let me go 80 just because I think we have the delta V for it. And I'm gonna lower that to 7. Alright. Try again. And then we're going to change our hyperwarp to physics, delta time of 0.02, which means I can be a little bit more cavalier with it. Even hyperwarping through the separation of these types of things. Okay. Whoa. That's a serious pitch over. So what we want is when we separate the RDO-105 stage, we want our angle of attack to be really close to 0. Because if it's far off of 0, it'll create a destabilizing force. So we may have to change our booster pitch rate so that... because if we pitch over too slow, the angle of attack will actually go back above 0 because the prograde gets a little bit below our pointing direction. But it looks like this is just about right here in 4 seconds, so I think we'll be good. It's a little bit off center, but it held it together. Perfect. Okay. Good, good, good. So now we are good to just fast forward, and as long as we don't have an engine failure, we are good to go. What is our chance for engine failure? Non-zero, but not high. 1 in 20 or whatever it was. 300 seconds, 5 minutes out of an hour is 1/12, but it's like 2 hours. So yeah, about 1 in 25 or 30. 2 minutes left on the burn. And we're down to 1 minute left on the burn. So far, so good. Alright, slow down here. I think we're good to go. And thanks to the power of Mech Jeb, I should be in the correct orbit. Boom. And now it's trying to burn RCS to get me the right thing, but I don't think we need that, right? Yeah, we're good to go within eccentricity. I'll let it get me up to 142k, and then I'll kill it. All right, perfect. So now we want to stage. I'm gonna quick save before any staging. Spacebar. Orient ourselves to sun down. Fast forward that part. Start running the photography. And now we should be... Oh! Oh, I reverted, right, because I had the other thing on. Alright. Now it is just a matter of time warping. Do I need to go to the Space Center for this? What's happening at the Space Center? We are producing that. What's our budget right now? Our budget is 632. Our money is 57 grand. I should, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop over to the Space Center because I want to start the tracking station level 4. I think it's time to pay for that. Because we need that for the television contracts. And what does that even change? Nothing? Just support comm codecs up to tech level 3. Pretty much it. And now our budget is negative 400 a day. I don't love to see that, but according to this, the funding, I should still have money by the time the tracking station's done. So that's good. Oh. Whoops. I was like, wait a second, 472 days doesn't sound right. I was like, did I forget to tool it? No, I forgot to reassign my heavy satellites engineers. And I need more. We need to hire 30, 40 people. No, 50 people. There we go. Okay, that brings us back to 77 days for production. Vessel rate. Oh, that's just saying like that's the base rate, and then this is after the efficiency is multiplied in. Okay. Got it. So are we good to go time warping wise? I think so. Yeah. So now we can go back to controlling our Ladybug 4. And we can get our second film return. Contract complete. And all we have to do is pay attention to this. I'm just gonna leave the smartass off. Whoa. I'm wanting to focus Earth. There we go. Because then it won't wobble around like crazy. So yeah, we're just waiting till this goes to 0 kilograms, basically. I should also keep an eye on electric charge, make sure that doesn't go negative. As the sun moves. Oh, we're done. Okay, move on to the next one. Stop you, start you. And then keep going. Till we collect our 40 kilograms of data. 30, 20, 10, and 0. Perfect. All right. So now let's just get to a spot where we have control for a moment. Otherwise you can't see all the data, which is still very annoying to me. I would love that to change. Maybe someday. But yeah, I should be able to transfer data here, transfer data here. And now if I look at data, oh, there must only be 10 slots because I'm guessing on the first launch, we collected everything from water. Yeah, you can see there's no water here. And I wonder if we got full on some other... what am I trying to say? On one of the other biomes. We got, yeah, we got water fully returned. But that's it. So which one are we not seeing represented here? Shores, yes. Grasslands, yes. Tundra, yes. Mountains, yes. Desert, yes. Tropics, yes. Ice caps, yes. Water, we wouldn't, because we don't need it. Taiga, yes. Forest, yes. Savanna, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are there only 11 biomes? I thought there were 12. Hold up. RP-1 wiki. Somewhere. Science, high-low body, science information. Does this have number of biomes listed? This does not. Shoot. Well, I think there's 11 biomes, I guess. So I only ever needed 11 slots. Anyway, that is totally besides the point. Let's go orbital retrograde. Well, at this point, I think I can just decouple. Let me quick save. We'll get that done. Okay. Get ullage settled here and get ourselves back down to Earth. Should be all there is to it. Fast forward. Time warp. Sweet. Well, this will get us another 100 reputation. Which is another 10 grand per year, yearly subsidy. It's also worth noting, like, we're losing a lot of reputation per year. It's going to get me a couple more big contracts to get maxed on reputation. From what I've heard from people in the Discord, you do spend most of your time maxed once you get there, because just the programs that you do give you more than enough. So at some point, reputation isn't really going to be worth money, but at least for now it is. Alright, I think I can just hyperwarp this, especially again with the max delta time being to 0.02. It makes it a lot more accurate, and so you won't break things as often. Yeah, and I wanted to do this because there's also still, you know, a bunch of science units we can get from it. So it felt worth it, given we get money, science, and confidence all in one launch that we already had figured out. Almost feels like I should do it a third time. Alright, what'd we get? What'd we get? Ooh, juicy. Up to 78.5. Nice. Alright, that plus our moon science, plus if I do a high Earth space high. That's why the high space kept reading weird to me. Space high. Yeah. Okay, well 1960's dead now. So I can ditch that from the grand plan. We haven't started planning out 1962 yet. I don't know what's going to happen in 1962. 63 is when we have the deadlines for these programs, the lunar probes and commercial applications. April of 61 is when we have to finish the other program, but we're still getting money from that. And like we said, I don't have any replacements for it. So I still don't think there's a reason to hit this button yet until we get more money out of it. We still got 50 grand they're gonna pay us. So it seems silly to waste that. I could end that one and take the X-plane research, but I'm just not sure I'm gonna do the X-planes at all. I think that might be for my next playthrough. I do like building planes. It's a fun thing, but it's a whole nother world that I just don't know if I want to get into right now. I'm really enjoying orbit, you know, and rocket stuff. So for now, we'll stick with that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have anything else to do right now other than time warp. I think I'm good to warp 62 days. And we're good to do our moon orbit mission. And the rollout is going to cost me how much? 2 grand? Okay. Well, here we are. Cobalt 3's big debut. Watch it just crash and burn on the launch pad. Oh, please, no. That would be so sad. Now, I do want to look at our tech tree. Did we finish? We finished something, right? 60 orbital rocketry. Oh, by the way, I did some derping around and last night just because I'm obsessed with RP-1, and this engine is nuts. I am so excited to use it. First of all, look at its reliability. The reliability of the second version at max data is huge. The RD-119. 99%, and then the ignition chance is 99.9%. So like, that's great. And the reason I skip straight to looking at that one is because it has such a good ISP. The ISP is nuts. It's an ISP of 362. And it even has an extra ignition and a 260-second burn time. Its TWR is quite nice at, well, I guess we can't really see the TWR because it's an alternate configuration, but it's higher than 50. So this is a great vacuum engine for the future. And then we also get the RD, isn't there like another version? Yeah, the RD-111 is kind of like a big boy version of the RD-0105. But wasn't there a... Oh yeah, this one, the 0107. But I think the 0109 is better. I don't know, we could compare it to the 0110. Kind of curious now, actually. Is the OD-110 better than the OD-0109? I have no idea. let's just imagine we were lifting a 2.7 kilogram mass. The OD RD. So we're comparing the 10, the 0110 to our boy, the 0109, which is the upgraded version of this, which I now have unlocked. I mean, we also, look at the reliability. We've been using the 0105 a lot, but the reliability's been a little sus. But check out the reliability on the 0109. Glorious. We're not gonna have to worry about it failing anymore. So I'll probably use the 0109, especially this thing's huge. And it weighs a lot more. Okay, never mind. These aren't quite equivalent. And the ISP is just about the same. It's just way more thrust. Okay, so this would be like a lower stage version of the same thing. But yeah, the AJ10 mid is what we would want to use for restartability. And then this G1 is kind of interesting. I looked at that. It has a good ISP, but the problem is it's pressure fed, so that requires heavier tanks. So I think the RDO 109 is still gonna win out over it. And then the other decent one is the Agena, the XLR 81. So if we were to compare, like, let's say, how heavy would we need to be to get 3000 delta V here? So 3000 delta V. This one is gonna weigh 7.5 tons, a little bit more. Whereas this one would weigh a little bit more, I think. And it's a little bit bigger. And 254 seconds. Oh, also the burn time on this is really short. Oh, no, wait, sorry, this is the wrong one. We would upgrade to... I think it's the BA7. I mean, I am researching 61 orbital rocketry now, so... Let's compare the BA7 here. It's got a much longer burn time, much higher ISP. How's the reliability? Compare the BA5. Oh, the BA5 is also much worse reliability-wise. Okay, so the BA7 is kind of when this thing gets good, actually. Ooh, the BA11 not subject to ullage. Ooh, but that's not till 1962 orbital rocketry. Anyway, so the BA7 is the thing to compare the RD-0109 to. And let me fix the tanks, and then we shrink that down again. And so for lifting 2.7 kilograms, tons, I mean, 3000 delta V, we've got 87.94 versus 77.49. But the time is less. So this does have a bit more thrust. And it can restart. Which is the big idea. Now it does have a weird restart timer. You can restart quickly after, or you have to wait an entire 3 hours before you restart it. So that is something to keep note of. The other thing, oh, this is really important. This has liquid oxygen. That is a cryogenic. It's gonna boil off. This does not. That's pretty huge difference. So if we need something that can reignite later, like a moon probe, for example, could use the Agena for the circularization burn. You know, it could, part of it could be the transfer burn to the translunar injection burn, and then the other part of the same stage could be the circularization around the moon, right? So like that's really handy to have 2 starts on this. So I think we'll probably end up using both, but this one being liquid oxygen is just going to be problematic if we want to use it for a longer mission. So that's worth keeping in mind. And then this guy, the one I was talking about, I think also uses liquid oxygen. Yeah, but this one's even better than the OD-0109 in most cases. Even though, like, it's 100 kilograms more, but it's just so good. And then once we have the 61 orbital rocketry, it has an ISP. I mean, the weight goes down, the TWR goes up, the ISP is 362. This thing is nuts. Look at this. Look at this. It barely weighs more. It has double the thrust. The ISP is quite a bit higher. Let's do our same comparison game where we see how heavy it is for 3000 delta V. You can see it's only 7 tons instead of the 7.7 tons. So yeah, this RD-119 is probably the best like upper Earth stage engine that we have for a long time. I compared pretty much everything in this list, and at least for now, maybe in the 62 orbital rocketry we get something new that's even fancier, but this thing is just a powerhouse. I guess it costs a lot. So that's part of a problem, but different problem. Anyway, I hope you like that sort of investigative research. But yeah, we're ready to launch the Cobalt 3. Let's go orbit the moon. This is really scary. Okay. Quick save. Let's see. I want to say we took a note on this, right? Nope, I did not. Shoot. I thought we had made a note somewhere of like what to launch the Cobalt 3 into. Well, I guess we already know the answer. Never mind. We just want to launch it into these numbers. So when I go into the Mechajeba, we need our early shutoff stage to be 6. Last stage is 6. Early shutoff is 6. Oh god, is it unguided? I don't even remember what my engines are. What is that? We do have an Altair, but that's stage 2. Stage 4 is an AJ-10. Okay, no, this is 3 liquids in a row. So we don't have any unguideds to worry about. I'm not coasting. I don't remember what my booster pitch rate was to get this right. I may need to try once or twice. And I think it was a 145. Gosh, I don't know now. All right, so we want 28.36. And we want LAN of 2.3 degrees. And then we want to engage autopilot. And we want to launch to LAN. Get the correct longitude of ascending node here. Oh boy, let's see if this succeeds. Looks like we get a sunset launch. go. Beautiful. Get some screenshots of the action. I don't really know about the booster pitch rate. I may need to retry the launch to fix that. Hopefully, yeah, it might have been lower because of the ignition penalty for Q on this. I don't really remember. 35 seconds. This is at max penalty. Do we need to get a little higher first? I don't remember. We might be pitching over too fast. No, it's starting to go down, but I just, all my launches have gotten confused. I really should have taken notes when I simulated this. Next time we need to write down our launch parameters. Okay, ignition penalty for Q is going closer to 0. Oh, and I didn't hot stage properly. Jeez, and I never fixed the gimbal limit. I have just screwed this up big time, but we got lucky. We got lucky, everything worked. The next stage is the 0109, which also needs a hot stage of 1.3 seconds. Okay, that is set correctly. This one needed a hot stage of like 2 seconds, 2 point something seconds, 2.33. All right, but no failures is good news. I'm gonna hyperwarp this one a bit. Let's just hope it doesn't fail mid-burn. What's our chance of it failing mid-burn? Pretty low. This one's pretty consistent. I think right now the biggest failure point is the AJ10 and the LR0105. Because the AJ10 is just a straight up 4% fail plus, you know, 1 out of 30 fail on the engine itself. So, all right, let's hyperwarp. We've got negative 83 delta V, so I may need to relaunch. That's telling me I don't have enough delta V, so my booster pitch rate was wrong, is what that means. And we lost efficiency because of it. Or I forget, does this stage make up some of that negative? I can't remember if it does or not. Okay, we are in space now. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward a bit. Does that go to 0? Doesn't look like it. I think I might need a relaunch. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording and we'll get back to this stage with a better launch profile. Okay, we are back with a slightly better launch profile. I went to 0.9 degrees. It's still at negative 10, but I think we're just barely gonna make it. I hope. If we have to use RCS for the last little bit, maybe we will. I don't know. It's gonna be close. I don't know why I didn't give myself a little bit more spare delta V. I don't know what's going on here. I wonder if it's because my inclination doesn't match my perfectly east. We're wasting a couple delta V on the inclination change. So maybe I should ditch that. But it's getting closer to 0 here, so I think we might be okay. I don't know, it's still negative 10. Yeah, we're not in orbit. Crap. This is bad. Are we, did we, do I count this as a reload or what? Because if I simulated this, I would have discovered that we can't get to orbit with this thing. So I'm gonna pause the recording and see if this inclination thing fixes it. I'll be right back. All right, I do not know what's going on. I cannot get this thing to orbit, no matter what I try. Am I going crazy? Like, did I not successfully simulate this? Well, I'll rephrase that. I know I successfully simulated it. I mean, I remember we literally got the Lunar Orbiter contract completed. But I guess the question is, did I change the craft after that simulation and then not test it again? Because I thought we simulated it, it worked, we saved it, and I just moved on and we did other things. But I guess that was so many episodes ago that I might have gotten it wrong. So I'm going to go tweak a couple things. We are going to have to just recover the vessel. If I recover it to VAB, I can't modify it, I assume. I don't know if there's such a thing as modification in this game. But let's try that. It says I can edit. Huh. Interesting. So we can edit this thing. Alright, so what went wrong? We just didn't have enough Delta V. And this engine was a little bit... It's like, did I make this tank smaller and just not try it? I don't know what happened here. What's the engine burn time that we have? We have up to 137 seconds on this thing. So... now, it's not the most reliable. I mean, is there a configuration that we've unlocked that I needed to select? That's not the case on the LR91. I guess I can switch to the RD-0109, and that would work. But that would have already been here if that's how we simulated it, right? Because that gets me another 100 Delta V, plus it reduces the weight of that stage. Plus it gets me a little bit more thrust, which helps with a more efficient launch curve. So I'm pretty sure that alone will do it for me. So let's just make that switch. And then we don't have to change anything else. But I'm just really confused. Why? Wait, why didn't we have to pay to unlock that? Now I'm confused. Because we just did a new engine without paying for it, didn't I? I guess it paid for it or something. I don't know. Or did I just click the unlock button just now? I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, this should work now. Like, I definitely just added quite a bit of Delta V. 18508. Am I going crazy? All right, I'm gonna pause the recording again. I'm gonna simulate a couple things and I'll be back. I think, wait, is the, because this theoretically should also not make it to orbit, but I feel like that was just over 13,000, not 13,400, but I might just be remembering that wrong. So I'll be back. No, never mind. I'm already back. Look at these stage numbers. Something is all wrong here. Those are not the right numbers. We're supposed to have over 3,000 in stage 4. Like something got reset. Something got reset without me noticing, and something is not right here. Because this Altair is not supposed to have full fuel. That's the difference. Right. Oh no. Wait. Oh shoot. Everything's jacked up now, isn't it? Okay, no, this one is still correct. 823 vacuum delta V, because I hit fill tanks. That's what I did. It was my mistake. I didn't even think about it filling this one. That one's calculated to be the correct amount to orbit the moon. Everything else is calculated correctly. So I need to not hit the fill tanks button. Then I can change the RDO 105 to an RDO 109. That gives me another 100 delta V. And then I need to make sure this tank is correct. 13,143. That's the wrong. It's this tank I need to double check has the right ratio. 13,143 goes to 13,143. Okay. I mean, I figured the RDO 109 would use the same ratio, but you never know. Sometimes a new engine changes the ratio slightly. Okay, so save edits. Okay. Wow, what a mess. So now we should be able to roll it out 6 days later. So this delayed us by like 12 days. We are basically, it's time to finish out this contract, or program, I should say. Oh, I didn't realize you got a lower reputation reward for completing it later. That was never made clear to me, but it's very clear now that I only get 8.4 rep for finishing it now. I still think I make more money by waiting. Because like we said, over the course of 10 years, each reputation point is only 500 money. So this is only 4 grand worth, so I'd be better off even waiting until the last day. And I probably should. All right. Not to mention, money is worth more than reputation in terms of funding. And where is our funding right now? Plus 672. We are completely out of money. Wow. Okay, let's hopefully get this thing to orbit. Goodness, I don't know what happened. What changed between when I successfully simulated this entire mission and the craft that I actually ended up building? Did I forget to hit the save button? Like, so I should be able to leave this at 0.8 now to get a better chance of the ignition. I could probably keep this 145. Yeah, I'm just not really sure what happened. 28.36. We should be able to get all that correct. So I'm going to quick save again. We'll get our ascent settings to 2.3 hot stage, launch to LAN, LAN, longitude of ascending node, whatever you guys want me to say. All right. This time, I think we're going to see a lot better. And because we already I have fully simulated, like the first time we launched, everything did function. And that's how we're playing the like Iron Man vibes. What the heck was that? We didn't have an uncontrollable craft or something, did I? No, controllable 90 tons, so that wasn't the problem. I don't know what that was. That was also new. That doesn't normally happen. Anyway, so I'm actually not gonna let anything fail because we have a better chance of success on every single stage than I did when I originally launched, so. I'll just chalk this up to Krydax didn't do enough time in the simulator. Yeah, now we have an even lower chance of failure on this stage. This stage is going to be a lower chance of failure, or the same, because of this being a lower pitch rate, which means we get higher in the atmosphere, which means my Q is lower when it tries to ignite. The ignition penalty should be pretty close to 0. So yeah, all that to say, if it fails on this time, I'm gonna reload it because it succeeded last time on the real launch. Though we are igniting before the penalty disappears. Yeah, I mean, I had a 15% chance of failure there. So we got kind of lucky on that first launch. Reduce that gimbal down. Now a quick save in case something does fail. We can just load this part. Man, what a weird system. And why do I have 135 spare Delta V now? I should only have like 80 because I only added 100 Delta V. I don't know what's going. Is this a? Hold on. Is this like a time of day thing or time of year thing? Is there a world where changing our... Surely not, right? Because the longitude of ascending node is only a function of when you launch in the day. And our inclination is a function of being around... Like, that's irrelevant of the year, too. So the time of year should have nothing to do with this. But how do I have 145 spare Delta V now? I feel like something's not adding up, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how we're having so much spare Delta V. Maybe it's because the profile is that much more efficient, because this has a higher TWR. That might be it. You know what? Never mind. I think that's probably it. Because we have 100 more Delta V, and we're not having to overshoot. Notice how our apoapsis is way above 145 kilometers. That's because this engine is such a slow burn that basically what we have to do is we have to burn and then keep pointing up and keep burning, and finally when we get back down to here, we're going fast enough. But we had to like do that inefficiency part. And because this RD-109, sorry, 0109, has a higher thrust, it can be a little bit more efficient with that. And I think that's what got us that 50 extra Delta V. That's my guess anyway. All right, well, that was kind of a little bit of a nightmare, and I'm still uncertain how I got that so wrong. Because I thought we simulated a successful mission, and I guess I screwed something up before I saved the craft. Maybe it's the one that I saved into the default folder instead of the Moon Program folder. You know, it could be something as stupid as that. I have no idea what I did wrong. But this one should work. It says we're going to get into the proper orbit here. Chance of failure is extremely low on the 0109, so I don't think we have to deal with that. Unless we get really unlucky. 30 seconds left. 20, 10, and burnout in 5 seconds. Ta-da! Perfect. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna quick save. And now I don't touch anything. Now we want to orient. I should have enough charge for a while. 510 watts. Jeez, that one takes a lot of wattage. So that's a kilojoule every 2 seconds. So I have 2,000 seconds for a megajoule. So I still have 3 hours before we're out of power. Okay, I don't have to worry about that right now then. All right, so then next on the list is our rendezvous window. Select the moon here. Ho ho ho, we're rounding to 0.0 degrees on our ascending node. I love to see that. So now it's a matter of plotting the correct transfer, which it claims is in 114 degrees from where we are now. Wait, that doesn't sound right. That would be like back here. Wait, what? Wait, 114 degrees from now is like a maneuver right here. Cannot add maneuver node of control locked. That's, why would you not be able to add a maneuver node when control is locked? That feels silly. I'm pretty sure this is wrong though, so I'm a little confused. Moon is going that way. So we need a node like over here. Oh, right, the phase angle changes. Right, the phase angle isn't 0 to 360. I always think that it is. Phase angle is 0 to 180. So the phase angle will increase and then it'll start decreasing again. Okay, anyway. So, I mean, basically we just can make a maneuver node with a prograde of 3150 and then just align it to the right point. 3150. Enter. And then, oh, look at that. It's already just about right. Focus view. Wow. In fact, that's almost perfectly where we needed it to be. That was a good guess. Go me. We want our orbit to be below 5 million meters. So we really want to get around like 1 million, because otherwise we had that weird, like, we slowed down too much here and actually ended up having our orbit in the planet. So we don't want that. So we can move the time forward or backwards here a bit to get a nice... And you can see a difference of 10 seconds makes that difference alone. So that's right about what we want. And this is going to be a burn of 108 seconds. I wonder if MechJeb can properly do this node. We haven't tried that yet. We're going to have to try the quick save and stuff. And see if we can execute the node properly. So, MechJeb. Why don't we add that to our buttons list here? Configure visible buttons. MechJeb. Maneuver. No, maneuver planner. Execute next node, auto warp lead time, RCS burn. Okay, well, I'm going to quick save right now because I have no idea what's going to happen. And let's just hit execute next node and see. Well, no, the problem is we have this stage. Staging messed up. This stage is for pointing, and then the next stage is for actually. But it might work. Let's try lead time of 60 seconds, hit execute next node, and see what happens. Let's just see what it does. It seems to be giving us a lead time of 10 minutes. I don't understand that. That's a lot more lead time. Aha! I like that. It was pointing to the perfect direction 10 minutes early. Okay. Well, let's just see what happens. It says it's doing it. Let's see what it does. Ah, yes, the Hello Moon. Escaping to the moon. Oh, you can see the moon, actually. In the distance there. I believe that is the moon. What's that? Oh, and Mars? Cool. So we should start burning a little under a minute to go. Assuming it does this thing properly. We'll see if it does. Oh, it even does some ullage. Problem. It doesn't stage. Okay. I guess it doesn't quite know how to stage it, maybe? I'm not sure. It's all, we had a weird situation there. So it's possible it does work multi-staging a single burn if you have like a more normal setup like engine, you know, decoupler engine. Hey, by the way, our AJ10 lit. Huzzah! So we have like a 1 in 60 chance of failure of this mission, but everything else should succeed. No, I guess we still have another 1% failure on the ignition of the Altair. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Okay, and our final orbit will be probably slightly off just because we burned a few seconds off of when they wanted us to. I want to get a version of this where it's just in space. Alright, 700 DV left. According to this, we are getting there. Ho ho ho. Perfect. I mean, not perfect, but close. Close to perfect. Alright, so now I will stage. I'll quick save. And then I'll stage again. And now I can use RCS, which I will enable through this thing. So that all 4 are enabled. And now I need to see which way our orbit is. I think we actually need to slow down. So I'm going to turn to the left. And we're going to go retrograde a smidge. I want to make sure we got plenty of nitrous oxide for this. Yeah, I'm fine. All right. So if I retrograde just a smidge, it'll raise up our periapsis here. Yes. Ah, slow down. Too much. Too much. You know, I should have put these on the bottom. I think they would have had more attitude control. All right, periapsis of 1 million is good to go. Okay. So then add maneuver, center on peri. It's 823. So negative 823 retrograde. Enter. Okay. That should work. That should work. That's so exciting. Oh, you can't drag precise maneuver out of the way. That's actually kind of annoying, to be honest. Is there a button to close it? Yeah. Oh, I like that better. Oh, but then you can't move it. Oh yeah, what are the different draw modes for patches? You can do local. These don't seem to be changing anything. Is that changing these? Oh yeah, there we go. Dynamic shifts. Whoa, what is that? That's funky. I like the enter to match up so that the spot where your periapsis enters the moon's SOI, it matches up. And then you can kind of see like what's going to happen there. But how do you focus the moon in that? Do you have to be local to focus the moon? I mean, I guess I can just hit tab until we get to the moon. Oh yeah, if you're focused on the moon, it always does the local anyway. Okay. All right, anyway, we need to face the solar panels the correct direction so that we have power the whole time. Which we can do here. Advanced, sun, down, execute. I don't really need the maneuver node, it's a solid rocket booster anyway. Nothing I can do about controlling it, we just need to fire it at the right time. Kill rotation, and we should be good to go, you know, because we're going to be hibernating the thingy. So it looks like we have negative power, but as soon as I time warp, yeah, we have tons of positive power. Perfect. Okay, that's in 5 days. This is the first time we've had a mission. Well, I guess we did the 10-day mission a minute ago, but it's the first time we've had a mission that's actually going to do some maneuvering some number of days from now. Also, can we notice like the awesomeness of this gravity assist of the moon? Look at that. Just plops us into a much nicer orbit. Or well, much bigger orbit at least. So if we really wanted to escape, we would add a maneuver and prograde here, and then we'd get like you know, out of the Earth. We could go down to meet Mars. Or Venus, sorry. Mars is out. Vesta? What the hell is Vesta? Are those like asteroids? Oh, there's Mars. I was gonna say, like, where is Mars? I don't know what Vesta and Ceres are. They must be asteroids of some sort. And then we got Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and the old Pluto. Anyway, that is all besides the point. The question for right now is, what are we doing here? 3 days to recondition the launch pad. I guess we need to now design, but I think I just want to finish this mission. It's only 5 days. We need to design the television thing. That'll be the next episode, but this episode I want to finish our lunar orbit. So we're just going to be a little inefficient in our RP1 playthrough, and I'm okay with that. So I think I'm good. I quick save it, just in case. But I think I'm good to time warp to our moon encounter. Warp to SOI. Oh, we even got an infrared radiometry reading from that. All right, and the moon should be somewhere. Is that it? Is that the moon or the Earth? I can't tell. Ah, hold on. Is it time? Time to cancel the program? I say cancel, we're finishing the program. Early Earth observational satellites, complete program. Cool. All right. Back to flying the moon. The Hello Moon. I think I just picked the wrong one. Sure did. Sure did. I would like the other Cobalt 3. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, where were we? 10,000 times faster. Oh. It's weird that the patched Connex like disappears. I don't know what's going on with that. That's really cool to see though. We like loop around it. Which Connex mode is this? Because I actually really like this one. It's the relative mode. I wonder what dynamic it. I wonder if that is giving you a sense of speed. I don't totally understand dynamic. But anyway, let's get to the actual exciting moment. Come on. Let me in. There we go. We are now above the moon. And then time to... Time to periapsis is 16 more hours. Okay. And it's only a 13-second burn. So there's not really anything fancy there. So I'll just warp to periapsis here. 10 hours, 5 hours, 1 hours. $32, $31, 30 minutes. 20 minutes. 10 minutes. This is a good shot. And then, all right, let's see if we can get this right. All right. Orbital, retrograde. Watch this thing not ignite. That would be the biggest. Oh, that would suck so much. It's got a 98.3% chance. And it even has a chance of failure that's like 1 out of 100. So I guess I have like a 2 to 3% chance of failure here, but that's still so low. It's gonna burn for 13 seconds, so I actually need to ignite it right about now. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. No failures yet. We've gotten most of our, well, half of our Delta V out already. I think we are golden. Perfect. Any inaccuracies or inconsistencies I can fix with RCS. And there it is. We have achieved lunar orbit. My science experiments should be running. Oh, why did I bring a Cherenkov detector? Because that needs a really high eccentricity. Wait, what? Invalid situation? Bodies allowed. Home body. Oh. Okay, well, there you go. It just doesn't work around the moon. That's why. Cosmic ray science. We have enough eccentricity. Wow, look at our eccentricity. We actually got that 0.04011. Somehow we got that exactly right without even trying. The thing I want to note, though, is the space low border for the moon is 250 kilometers. So I could lower my periapsis so that we are dipping into space low, and that'll get us way more science. So I'm going to, well, do we have enough Delta V for that actually? I have about 100-ish Delta V left. Okay, I'm gonna quick save because I've never actually tested this part. Do we actually separate from the Altair? We do! Oh, that's so satisfying. And then we shed the dead weight of that. So I have about 100 Delta V left. If I were to slow down 100 here, what do we actually end up with? Whoa. Oh, okay. So so we can actually hyperwarp for a few seconds here. And get our periapsis down to like 200 kilometers. And then we'll face the sun. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, look at the moon. It's so pretty. Now, shouldn't this already have gotten science transmitted in the last minute here? No, maybe not. I'm surprised that hasn't gotten finished yet, because these are running. Infrared radiometry is running. I guess it has to collect a certain amount of data first. It's just, it is constantly transmitting. So if I time warp like a little bit, will that complete? No? There we go, 0.1. Does that count? No? I'm collecting science from around the moon, and I'm transmitting it. Let's give a lap here. Okay, there we go. I don't know why that took so long, but there we go. First lunar orbiter uncrewed. And we finished the lunar contract or program. I keep getting those words mixed up. The moon has a new satellite. Cobalt 3 has become the first human-made object to orbit around the moon. Luna 10 was the first human-made object to successfully orbit around another celestial body. It entered lunar orbit on April 4th, 1966. Oh, we are way ahead of that one. Wow. I thought we were behind, but 1966. When did humans land on the moon? When did man land on moon? July 16th, 1969. So we're 8 years away from when humans actually landed on the moon. That's cray-cray. But yeah, so now we can just keep this until we want to switch to the next one, but I don't know if I'm going to yet. Though we do get a good amount of reputation if I finish this now. And then I can take a new program which starts paying me, and then I also have that reputation. So there's something to be said for the math of this, depending on where you're at with reputation. Okay, but now we also have optional lunar impactor and another lunar orbiter. Okay, what is all this? Early commercial applications. We got all sorts of crap now. So these are all optional. Ooh, argument of periapsis? Never needed to care about that before. Okay, so these are the required ones. Let's kind of read through what they require. Provide two-way television for 3 months with 1% availability between Moscow and Vladivostok. Support transmission from Moscow to Vladivostok with a data rate of 24 megabits per second and a latency of at most 30 seconds. Okay. This one is the same idea between Moscow and Lemur-Badu. Data rate of 24 megabits. And then Trans-Pacific television. Port transmission. Availability 1%. Huh. I don't love how they don't tell us what orbit we need. So I'm gonna have to figure that out myself, I guess. I feel like this is trying to help me learn. Orbit is a highly elliptical geosynchronous orbit similar to a Molniya orbit with a high inclination and an orbital period of 1 sidereal day. Spends most of its time over a chosen area of the Earth, a phenomenon known as apogee dwell, allowing it to maintain a line of sight with satellite Earth stations at high latitude for about 8 hours a day. So what do I do? And what's a Molniya orbit? Molniya orbit is a type of highly elliptical orbit with an inclination of 60 blah 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 blah. 1/2 of a sidereal day. It will cause the satellite to appear to remain nearly stationary in the sky for a short period at apogee. Huh. Very interesting. So this is going to be fun. I'm really excited about this Scopus contract because we're going to have to figure out how to get a satellite in the right spot. Can I see these on the map? I hope the spots that we're having to connect. Like, I assume it's one of these stations that we're talking about. No, none of these are the same names. So maybe I have to accept the contract first. That's probably it. So, like, let's say we wanted to do this Soviet contract. Then will it tell us? Doesn't look like it. This is Russia, right? I think I'm correct about that. So how am I supposed to, if it won't tell me where these spots are? Aha. Show network. Ah, there we go. Oh, it was there the whole time. I just wasn't looking in the right spot. Oh, I guess the clouds. I thought that was ocean over here. I didn't really look closely enough. So then, where is the, what are they saying? To Vladivostok. Wouldn't that also, oh, there's Moscow, there's, okay. So we need to go from here to here. I would love if, oh, and we're gonna need to be on L wideband or C wideband. I'm wondering if we can just do like a trio of satellites that are in a big equatorial orbit and make them really powerful, and that'll just work. That's my theory. That's my idea anyway. I guess we'll see if we can make something powerful enough to do that. And I mean, Moscow's at a pretty high angle here of latitude. So to have that good of a latitude, we'd have to be, you know, probably a few million meters out at minimum. And then I don't need to worry about anything like geostationary or whatever. So that's my initial thought, but we'll be solving this more in the next episode. Today, I'm just happy that we got our lunar orbiter. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next episode.